What's up, guys? So, breaking news out of the UFC. This is actually from 4 minutes ago. I was doing another live video, and this seems to take precedence. Now, I was going to do a video on the beef and potential matchup between Chandler and McGregor, but I actually don't want to see that fight, and I'm glad that I got this tweet. But this just in, it looks like UFC 285 in March, Francis Ngannou versus John Jones at heavyweight. I mean, and then the headline, here's what it says. Former UFC light heavyweight champ John Jones eagerly awaits his return to the octagon. It's looking like it's in the works for March, UFC 285 with Francis, and if Francis can't go, Curtis Blaydes to replace Francis, but it's like, where's Stipe at? I want to see John Jones versus Stipe. That's the fight I want to see. I don't care if it's for a belt, and call me old fashioned, call me a loyalist. I think if Stipe can go, I think it's super messed up that he's not getting another shot at Francis. I mean, both of those fights could have gone either way. That last one, even though Stipe got finished, it's like he recovered enough and he had Francis hurt. He just rushed in. Where's Stipe at? I mean, is he injured? He has taken a lot of damage in his career. He's no young spring chicken. I wish the UFC was a bit more transparent on stuff like that. But Jones hasn't fought in forever. He's also never fought at heavyweight. Granted, say what you will, a lot of people will say he's the greatest mixed martial artist of all time. I don't want to see him fight Curtis Blaydes. The Francis fight intrigues me. Francis is injured too. I want to see Stipe. That's the fight I want to see. As a UFC fan, as a fight fan, as a fan of both of those guys, I think that's the most interesting matchup. I think that would be the fight of the year. You'd be able to see what Jones could do at heavyweight, and we want to see Stipe if he could regain the baddest man on the planet, if he could reestablish himself as being the greatest heavyweight of all time. People don't understand how big he is. Stipe, because he's not overly muscular in one area, and he's fighting these giants. He's 6'4". You meet Stipe in person, his shoulders are as wide as any doorway. He's a huge guy. He's athletic as well. This is a guy who played college baseball. So, there's videos of him in Cleveland Guardians Stadium hitting home runs. Hand-eye coordination, athleticism, it's all there. There's no wonder he's beaten everybody in the heavyweight division. To think that, he's just gone from us and nobody's talking about him. The UFC isn't talking about him. It's one of the things that my love-hate relationship with the UFC is how Dana handles these situations. Dana reminds me of that girl, you're in high school and there's only like one hot girl in your class and she gets so much attention. And because of this, it changes her personality. But you knew her before she was hot and you guys got along. And then as you got a little older, she got real hot and there were no other hot girls. So she got all that attention and it changed her. And she turns into kind of a bitch and a little bit snooty. That's what Dana is. He's a bit of a cuck when it comes to that. I wish the guy was a bit more sort of, transparent on the news. And I wish he was a bit more loyal to some of the dogs, some of the veterans. The way he just kind of, turns and burns his veterans. I think people are going to look back and not be too kind on the words that they'll say about Dana. I think from a legacy standpoint, that's one of the bad sides of how he's handled his tenure at the UFC is how he's treated his veterans. They deserve a lot better than that. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Do you want to see Jones versus Ngannou? And if not, they say the replacement is Jones versus Blaydes. Do you want to see that? Or do you agree with me? You'd rather see Jones versus Stipe? Let me know in the comments below.